Good morning, guys. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm gonna have my coffee and head to the gym. Right now, according to my schedule, I'm in a cutting phase. I've lost 2 kilos approximately in 3 weeks. By the time you'll be watching this video, I'll be on with my fourth week in the middle somewhere. So let's finish this coffee and go.
The best piece of advice I have for someone trying to succeed in the film industry or any creative space is if you're doing what everyone else is doing, you're doing it wrong.
One of the best to ever do it.
What is freedom? I think I stole this from Bob Dylan, but maybe I stole this from Woody Guthrie. Freedom for me is waking up in the morning and going to sleep at night, and in between doing exactly what I want to do. What's the secret to happiness? The secret to happiness is finding something you love and then doing that for the rest of your life.
So guys, today we're going to talk about 1,3,7-trimethylxanthine, which is basically caffeine, a member of the methylxanthine group. From the first sip you take, its absorption starts from your mouth to your throat and into your stomach. Within 45 minutes approximately, 99% of it has been absorbed into your bloodstream. Your bloodstream peaks with caffeine around 15 to 60 minutes, and that's when you get that hit. But what is caffeine basically, and why is it available from this Nescafe pack of $2 to this BPI Sports pre-workout? Why is it everywhere, right? And what does it basically do? Let's discuss that. Inside the bloodstream, caffeine is metabolized by the liver in 3 basic metabolites. 4% of the caffeine you had is metabolized into theophylline, which has a stimulatory effect on your central nervous system, majorly on the medulla respiratory center. Other than that, it also relaxes your smooth muscles, which helps when you gotta go take a leak. You always know those people who have a cup of coffee, have a cup of tea before they can go to the washroom in the morning, right? That's what basically smooth muscles are. Other than that, it also helps if you have asthma. And the last thing is it increases your blood flow in your renal glands, which is the blood flow that goes to your kidneys. 84% goes to paraxanthine, which increases your potassium ion transport into your skeletal muscle and the calcium ion concentration in your muscles. Theobromine gets 12%. It's a diuretic. That means you'll piss more than usual. Other than that, it's also a vasodilator. It increases the thickness of your blood vessels, giving increased blood flow to important organs like muscles and brain in general. Apart from the unique characteristics, all 3 metabolites have similar traits, like they increase your heart rate, they increase your blood pressure, they have anti-inflammatory properties, and the last property that all of them have in common is that they're adenosine receptor antagonists. What are adenosines? Well, we'll talk about them in the brain chemistry section. But after this, the kidney usually works its magic and purifies it all out, and you dispose of it via urination. Now inside your brain, neurons are firing like that, and throughout the day, a hormone named adenosine builds up inside your brain and it attaches to adenosine receptors. What adenosine does once it attaches inside your brain is it makes you feel tired basically. It helps with the onset of sleep, it makes you feel drowsy, sleepy, and tired. What caffeine does is it's molecularly very similar to adenosine and it attaches itself to the adenosine receptors, therefore eradicating all the symptoms of being drowsy, being sleepy, being tired. Overall, what caffeine does is only take care of the symptoms of being tired, but the need for sleep is always there. Let me tell you a secret. Basically, almost everything that happens in the brain is because of the lack of adenosine being received by the receptors in the brain. Caffeine doesn't really do a whole lot other than block the receptors. Now let's consider caffeine to be a faulty red light inside your brain. It stops adenosine in its tracks. It's not going anywhere without having receptors to attach to, but the levels of adenosine keep rising. At the same point of time, caffeine does nothing to any of the other substances in your brain, which are basically hormones. Dopamine levels rise, glutamate can function better, and with the effect of these two working together brilliantly, your adrenal glands come into effect. They release cortisol, adrenaline, noradrenaline, also known as norepinephrine and epinephrine, and those take effect. Now epinephrine, or adrenaline as most people call it, relaxes the smooth muscles in the airways and is a vasodilator. Now norepinephrine or noradrenaline is actually a vasoconstrictor, that is, it actually makes the blood vessels narrower. The two of them are both hormones and neurotransmitters. They work together to increase your heart rate, your blood sugar, and heart contractibility, which is basically how much your heart can contract per beat, therefore pushing on more blood per beat. They're also responsible for the fight or flight instinct inside you, which basically channels blood to the more important organs, which will be your muscles, your skeletal muscles, your respiratory system and your brain, and taking it away from the less important organs, which will be your digestive tract and your skin capillaries, which in a gist will give you a huge burst of energy. क्या बात है? जाओ, गंदा. Now, everyone knows what dopamine does. It's a feel-good hormone inside our body, which if released in enough quantities will give you a sense of euphoria. But in this specific application, it just gives you a bump in energy. Now, coming to glutamate, it's a neurotransmitter. It's continuously sending signals inside our brain and to different parts of our body. It has been highly linked with having a better aptitude for learning and a better memory, which is why when you are studying for an exam or preparing for an interview, you think that you're performing better under the influence of caffeine because you actually are. Have you ever stepped up on stage and felt like you've forgotten everything? Well, that is cortisol flooding your system. At the same point of time, if cortisol levels are too low in your system, you'll feel anxious, emotional, and tired. What cortisol does help with in our day-to-day life is it helps you get up in the morning. As cortisol levels rise, you start to wake up from your sleep, which is why a hot cup of joe in the morning will help get rid of that morning haze. Cortisol also helps with inflammation. It keeps it down. And it's also a strain indicator. It tells you when you pushed yourself a bit too hard the day before. Now epinephrine relaxes the smooth muscles in the airways and is a vasodilator. Now epinephrine relaxes the smooth muscles in the airways and मैं बोलता हूँ. Sadly guys, this will be it for today's video. I'll have to breaking down caffeine into two parts. In the second part, we'll discuss about its half-life, sensitivity, tolerances, addictions, benefits, and drawbacks. Till next time guys, like, subscribe. If you want me to discuss anything, drop a comment down below. And till next time, believe you can.